Yo guys, it's slyroh. You already know that today we are starting a brand new playthrough as I'm going to be playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. I've wanted to play this game for a long time. Actually, years ago, I started to do a playthrough of this game, but it wasn't running well on my old computer. But it runs fine on this one. I tested it out, and I'm so excited to bring this to you because it's probably going to come from out of nowhere. But I've wanted to do a classic game to go alongside some of the newer games that I'm playing on the channel. And yeah, I love this game a lot. I think I actually have like a strategy guide somewhere that I still have, but I'm not going to need that because honestly, I think I know more than the strategy guide. I know way too much about this game. I know a lot of the ins and outs, way more. I'm going to nerd out about this game so much because I love it so much. That being said, I have never, ever beaten this game because this game takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of patience, and it takes a lot of luck. So, you know, I need to have those things come together, and I want to beat this game for the first time in my life because I have tried many times and I just never quite put it all together. So today I hope that y'all are excited to join me on my personal journey of beating this game that I've never been able to. I've been trying off and on for over 20 years at this point, and I'm very excited about this. If you don't know much about this game, I promise I'm going to introduce this to you. It's going to be great. I mean, I love the classic Yu-Gi-Oh! This, you know, has some of that charm, but it's so weird. I don't really know how to describe it. You're just going to have to sit and watch. But if you do know a lot about this game, I'll be all excited for this as well. So I don't have much else to say. Let me know if you're excited for the series. Leave comments, likes, all that sort of stuff. And yeah, let's go ahead and just jump into it and get into where the story is setting us up with. And I will get into the gameplay. We'll definitely do some duels and whatnot. So it's fine, but I'm just gonna be Sly. You know what? Actually, I can fit the whole name. Let's go. I am slyroh. You already know. That's how this goes. Boom. That is my name. Duelist code has been recorded. Yeah. All right. Cool. It doesn't really matter. I'm not trading or dueling anybody. You can duel like local. This game had like local multiplayer, so you could duel like, you know, your friends or siblings or whoever. I tried doing it a couple times, but it's kind of hard because it's local. They don't show the cards. They show like a number that corresponds to the cards or whatever, and you basically just have to be like, hey, whoever you're playing with, can you just be like, hey, you need to look away from the screen so I can kind of make a plan. And so it's a little tedious to do, but I mean, I don't really know what else they could have done in the era of local multiplayer. This is a PlayStation 1 game, so that is the sort of era of graphics and stuff that you will see. But yeah, let's go ahead and meet this guy. This is it. I found it at last. The forbidden treasure of the ancient sorcerers. Ha ha. Huh? Ha 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 ha. Oh yeah. This guy's definitely the good guy in the game. He's definitely the protagonist, not evil or anything. That'd be crazy. I don't even know why you would think that. But yeah, this is Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. Probably my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Game. I haven't played like a ton of Yu-Gi-Oh! Games. And also, I don't have a ton of Yu-Gi-Oh! Knowledge outside of the, like this game, Duelist of the Roses. That's another game I'd love to play someday. And like the first, like, you know, the original, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Like the first couple seasons, I didn't really watch past that. So that is where all my, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Knowledge comes from, so, just so it's there. But we have this guy. My dear friends, are you going to the city to play cards again? You are royal blood. Walking the city streets dressed as a commoner. Have you no shame? Quite frankly, I'm embarrassed. I don't want to keep listening to you. Oh, wait, stop, my prince. Drat, he's gone. Yeah, so that is our mentor. He taught us how to play card games. So yeah, and I will get into sort of how this works. We can look around. I'm pretty sure there's like not much at the shrine here, if I'm not mistaken. I think there's a guard. Yeah. These hallowed halls are protected by High Mage Haishin. Commoners are not allowed. Be gone with you. We're in some sort of like ancient Egypt time period, so that is where this sets up. We will get around to everywhere else, and I don't want to go to the wrong places in the wrong order because you can miss out on certain duels if you do things in the wrong order. So I just want to make sure that I do everything in the right order. But you can come to the card shop to save. You can build your deck, whatever. Your deck is always sort of randomized when you first start. So the thing that is important to know, how do I sort? I want to sort by type, I think. Yeah, so the things that are important to have are if you can start with a dragon, that is perfect, which we do not have one. You also will get either Raigeki or Dark Hole. Raigeki is the better thing to get, so we already have that. Raigeki destroys every monster on the opposing side of the field, where Dark Hole will destroy everything on the field. And you'll see as we get into this game why this is so much better. Dark Hole is not that good of a card in this game at all, so I don't like it. And you always get a field card, so we have Umi. Umi is actually really good for us because of a certain card that we will probably be seeing a lot of once we get a dragon, but I don't have a dragon right now. You always get an equip card. This is going to boost the power of plants, so that's not terrible. But yeah, so alright, we can make work with this. You know, I don't really care which monsters I have. We'll learn as we go through, and we're going to replace a lot anyway. But let's go ahead and get into actually dueling. So you can sort of see the game, and I can start nerding out about how much I know about this game. It's a little scary. It's very scary, actually. But yeah. We're gonna go back and talk to Simon. I don't even think they said his name. This is Simon Moran, or whatever. Moran, I don't know how to say it. Prince Slyroh, you've returned. It is well into the night. Please return to the palace. Dear Prince, if you still wish to play cards, then try your hand against me. If you lose, you must return to your room. I'm sure you'll find me a worthy opponent. Alright, let's fight him. Oh, my dear Prince, I taught you the game. You don't really think you're going to win, do you? Prepare yourself. Alright, so this guy's actually really easy. I think I'd have to try really hard to actually lose. So, you know, this is going to be literally a walk in the park. I don't know that I've ever lost to him in my life. I don't even know if you can. I mean, you probably can, but I don't know. Alright, so we have a bunch of cards. I'll just say this off the rip. Effects don't exist in this game. I'm going to explain the rules as if you have a general sense of to how Yu-Gi-Oh! Is played, but there's no, like, star levels don't matter. Effects don't matter. What happens in this game is you play one card on your turn. That's it. So I get to play one of these cards. So this card, that's like 1200 attack, that's actually really good for this early in the game. So I'm going to go ahead and play this. You can play it face down, face up. It doesn't really matter. But I'm going to play it here. And then we have these Guardian Stars. They act as sort of type advantages. If you think of like a Pokemon type chart as what's super effective against what. This game has that, and it has two separate cycles. We'll get into it as we go in, but just know that off the top of my head, I know Neptune is good against Mars, which is good against Jupiter, which is good against Saturn, which is good against Uranus, which is good against Pluto, which is good against Neptune. So that's one cycle. And then this Venus cycle, Venus is good against the Moon, Moon is good against Mercury, and Mercury is good against the Sun, and then Sun against the Moon. So that probably sounds really confusing. So let's go ahead and see if we can see it in action. Obviously, you can't attack first turn. That would be dumb, but you can put the card into defense mode if you want. I didn't really want to do that. Actually, I probably should have, just in case he actually attacks. Because if you attack a card in defense mode, you don't get destroyed, but Simon Moran, he doesn't really attack much. So another very, very important concept of this game is you can fuse monsters. So this is where sort of my knowledge comes into play, where I don't really know how you're supposed to figure out what can and can't fuse without just trial and error. But there are certain types that fuse better with others. Beams do not fuse very much with other things. Insects also, well, I guess they fuse a little bit. No, they don't really fuse much with anything. Things that do fuse pretty well are zombies and warriors. These are warriors, right? Or that's their name? Yeah, they're warriors. For some reason, I thought that maybe they had a different type classification. So you can fuse 2, and you can also fuse 3. I actually think that these 3 would all fuse, but I'm not confident in that, because I think this is going to make a zombie soldier, and so I think you would need another warrior. I think another zombie might ruin it. If you try to fuse... Actually, here, I'll show this first. No. Alright, we'll do a fusion first. So this is a zombie warrior, 1200 strength. Moon, I forget which one he put down. It's the Moon. So we don't have anything on the Sun, but we're going to go ahead and attack this thing, and you'll see, yeah. Like, Simon basically has the same sort of strength of monsters that we do, but he, like, doesn't really fuse. He just sort of plays defensively, he doesn't really do anything, and he just sort of lets us win. Because I think this is sort of the game's, like, tutorial, in a sense. But, yeah, okay, so if you try to fuse things that don't work, let's do... You can also just use this to get rid of cards in your hand, which I actually just might do. So, say it's just like, oh, what if this fuse, and this fuse, and then this. So, when you do it in the order, the last card that you put up is going to be the one that takes precedence. They all replace each other. So they'll either fuse or they're going to overwrite each other. So boom, none of them fused. So that's a way that you can get through your hands, or through your deck pretty quickly. However, if you run out of cards, then you lose the duel. So you do not want to run out of cards. I'm pretty confident this is not going to have a defense over 900, so yeah. And this game does get really hard. Obviously, the first couple ones are going to be, you know, pretty simple. But we're going to try and do our best, because the better that you do, the better rank that you get, and the better cards that you get. And we are going to need to get better cards from our enemies, so that way we can you know, win. Something that is good to note is, even though I said that the second card will always like overwrite the first card if you try and fuse, if you try and fuse things like this goes with plants, this is not a plant. And even though this is the second one, as you see, it will not actually overwrite. So monsters take precedence over magic and trap cards. There are trap cards in this game. So that is good to know. So now you see that yellow, because I have the Mercury thing, and the one face down has the sun, which means I have the advantage. So when I attack, I actually get a 500 point boost. And if you are at a disadvantage, you'll see the Guardian Star turn red, and so that means that the opponent is going to gain 500 attack and defense. So you need to definitely take in the type advantages like into account. And when this game, when I had this game as a kid, I actually think I still have a physical copy of this game. The booklet has like the type chart laid out or whatever, so you can have a visual representation of what it is until you just sort of memorize it like me. You know, or you just don't memorize it, because that's probably what normal people do, and I'm not normal people. But yeah, so we can make a zombie plant. I forget which one this makes. Yeah, and then we would need another plant. So this is just the wood remains, which is, it is what it is. We can attack the lowest thing, and then we're gonna win this fight. So very cool, pretty simple. There's also another visual mechanic that I should have shown, but I'll show it in the next duel. Boom! I win. Of course I did. And we got the Mech Mole Zombie. We get 4 star chips. We got an A rank, not an S rank. And then we got the POW next to the A rank. That's the type of victory that you got. POW is your more common, you know, you took your opponent's life points to 0. You didn't really use that many, like, tricks or magics and traps or whatever. But instead of POW, you can also get techs, which are things like if the opponent runs out of cards, or you use like a lot of traps and stuff like that to mess with your opponent, you can get techs. So you have your rank, but also your type of win. You can see other stuff, but it doesn't really matter. The only thing that really matters is the card that you get and the amount of star chips that you get. But this has like more stats or whatever if you care about all that, which I don't. You won. 'Twould seem that I taught you well. You've grown strong. You won fair and square. As promised, you may go. I have nothing more to say. Very cool. Next step is, I guess, just going to the duel ground. The problem with the duel ground is you need to win all in a row. So, oh no, I want to show off one thing first. Before I do that. Hello there. Alright, so we can... I'm gonna save just to be safe. But I'm pretty sure I can return to title. This is not actually taking me to the main menu screen. This is taking me to a different screen, which is I can either continue the campaign. Free duel is very important. Free duel, you can build your deck, and you can face anybody that you have beaten before. You can also face Duel Master K, who will always come with the exact same deck that you have. So, if you don't know what to fuse, Duel Master K will show some of the fusion possibilities within your deck, some things that you might not know about. So that is one way to learn the strengths of your deck, to know like what you can and can't do, which is really, really nice. I don't think he gives that many good rewards though, so I don't really fight him all that much, but you know, it's there. Simon also doesn't really give that much, but yeah, so free duel is very important, and that's how you can see how many duelists are in the game, because if you find all of them and beat all of them, they will all be in that little block for you to fight at any time. Build deck, there's that library. There is a visual representation of all the cards that you have. They have their own numbers, and you can see their you can see what they are. You can also see their 3D model, which I did not show off in the battle, but you can actually attack with like the 3D model, which I will show. But if you want to see what a card looks like a little bit more up close, you know, you can look at that, and then you can look at its 3D model. And some of them are really cool. Some of them are a little silly, but I think that's really cool that they put... there's like 700... There's over 700 cards in this game. So there are 722 different, like, 3D models. Well, I guess it's not true just because Magic and Traps, but I mean, there's probably about 500 to 600 just, like, 3D models that they put in this game, which I think is pretty cool. And then the other important thing is password. So those starships that we got, I don't know if they still have them, but Yu-Gi-Oh cards were always sold, like the physical Yu-Gi-Oh cards were sold, and they had these like numbers at the bottom, I think like bottom left, and you could put in those numbers, that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can put in that 8-digit number into this game, so you can get that card in this game. Obviously, it has to be one of the ones that's in this game, but if you do that, then you can exchange your starships for cards. So also, I mean, at this point, you can just look it up online to find like a guide that has like the cards, and the physical strategy guide that I have also has a list of all of the cards' numbers. There are cards that you put in that are worth 999,999 starships, which means that they are basically unobtainable. There are cards like Blue Eyes White Dragon that cost that much, and you're just never getting that many starships in this game. But you'll see, we will definitely have more than 4, and we will end up getting a few hundred, and I probably will use the password system at some point to get a good equip card or something. But that is here for the future, and but is not for the now. So, now that I've showed off this thing, we're going to go ahead and see if we can go to the duel grounds. I'm a little worried that I don't have the deck necessary to get through the entire duel grounds. But I'm going to try. I'm just going to hope that my skill and knowledge of this game will get me through. So this is one where you can like fight a duelist and then leave at any time. But I think if you leave after a certain time, if you come back, you actually lock yourself out of like one of the duelists here. So I'm going to beat them all in a row. But this is Hayana. Oh, I've been waiting for you. Sorry, I was like, I should probably voice her. Jonah was also here a few minutes ago, but he's gone now. Oh yeah, right. So this is... They don't have exactly the names that you think they do. This is Tayana. How about a duel? Yeah. So you can either duel or talk to someone else. I'm just gonna duel every single person. Okay, let's play. Hope you're not a sore loser. And then despite the fact that there's all those like build decks screens, you can go to your chest. I can just hit select, and now it sorts by the newest one that I have. So this is new. I do like zombies. Zombies fuse pretty well. So I'm going to sort by type and take out probably the weakest of the weakest of a type that doesn't fuse very well. Legal is a really bad card. It doesn't really fuse with anything, and it's only a 300 attack. So we're going to take that out and put in the zombie. Perfect. And then we can continue with the duel. Hopefully we get some good cards, and dragons are what really open up this this game. Without a dragon, you are not making it very far in this game. But we should be fine for a little bit. So we do have... I can make another zombie warrior. That's actually not a bad idea. I'm gonna do that. Tayana doesn't generally fuse, but it is possible. I don't think she will first turn of the first duel, though. Yeah, okay. So, generally, if your opponent is going to fuse, they're going to do it turn 1, or not at all. Another thing that is more likely to make your opponent fuse is if you put a monster in face-down defense mode. That definitely seems to trigger the opponent fusing more often than not. So now that she didn't fuse, I can look at the board. That's a Uranus symbol. I don't really have a Saturn that I want to put out. So as long as I don't put out a Pluto, then I can attack with basically anything and be fine. So we're going to put out this Majora's Light, and I am going to show off the fact that you can attack with your 3D models. Usually I've just been hitting X to attack, but if you hit square to attack, then you get to see a battle screen. And depending on the field effect, this area will change. So this is just the normal battleground, but if what do we have? If we have Umi, like the sea, it'll have a sea background, like mountain, forest, it has all the different backgrounds. And I think it also might change depending on where in the story you are, but I might be wrong about that. But yeah, this is what Majora's Light looks like. And we're attacking the Ancient Jar, and we just destroy it. So, boom. And then we just get to watch it dissolve, and that's that. So, it's a pretty time-consuming process, so I don't do that basically ever, because this is already a pretty time-consuming game. and then, you know, we get to watch our monster celebrate and then disappear. And, yeah. All that time spent for one little attack, which is why that's not going to happen very often. But yeah, then I can just attack directly. Boom. So hopefully, I probably skipped some stuff. If you have any questions about mechanics of this game, I can easily answer them because I know way too much about this game. So if I went too fast at any point, you know, feel free to let me know. I think I'm just gonna put Happy Lover down. I didn't see. We should be fine. Tiana's kind of the same sort of skill level as Simon, where everything that she puts down is going to be like 300 to 400 in strength, but she just has that slight chance of actually fusing monsters, so that is the only thing that could trip you up. But I'm more worried about the third and fourth duel of the duel grounds, so we'll worry about that when we get there. The Shadow Who Controls looks sick. I love this card. It's not a very good card, but it is very cool. I'll put Dissolve Rock down. Actually, I have to remember. I was like, do rock zombies fuse? I don't think so. But who knows? All right, so you're the weakest, so you can attack. That way we get the most amount of damage to the life points. Boom. I think we're going to need one more turn. Yep. But on the next turn, we win, and we'll see what we get. This will be another 4 to 5 star chip duel. Probably 4. You get 5-star chips if you, like, win in the first couple turns, which once you're able to bring out monsters that have, like, 3,000 attack, like, you can finish duels in, like, 3 turns, and that's where you get your 5-star chips from. So, alright, we'll put out the Shadow Who Controls. You know what? You want to attack? There you go, you get to be part of this fight. Monster Eye, that's a pretty bad card. And, boom. We'll let our Zombie Warrior get the win. He's been a real one, he was here since the start. Alright, boom, there we go. We win another duel. It's just that easy. Alright, oh, we did get 5 stars and an S rank. The stars you get is always tied to the rank. S is 5, A is 4, B is 3, so on and so forth. The lowest you can get is D. If you're lower than a D, that just means that you lost a duel, so you don't get anything for losing a duel. Sinister Serpent is a really bad card, so that is not going to help us. I'm not going to bother putting that in the deck. So that's fun. Oh, it looks like I lost. Oh well. Alright, and that is where I'm actually going to wrap it up. Here, we're going to do more of the tougher duels next time. Hopefully, y'all have enjoyed. If so, let me know. I'm really excited for the series, so hopefully there's somebody out there that's also excited for this. If so, please let me know, and be sure to like, subscribe, all that sort of stuff, because then I know that y'all actually are enjoying this. But whether you do or not, I'm still going to play this anyway, so that's just how things roll around here. So, yeah, that is everything I have for now. So, until the next time, peace out.